Good morning, students. We'll be continuing with our first chapter again with the topic e-commerce backend features. So, e-commerce backend features means what are the actual features which are required in the backend to run the website or to run the electronic business. And for that, the first one is dashboard. When we talk about the dashboard, as the administrator of your website, you should have a place where you can review all your pertinent information regarding the performance of your website. Yes, you require an administrator who is going to run the website for your control. That is, whatever minor changes are there, what data is there, what review customers are giving, from which you require to merge the data, you require an administrator, and for that you require a dashboard. The dashboard should be customizable. It should make changes in the website. It should give upgradations. Then it should give you offer summary information about stock items, information request, sales figures, and e-commerce performance metrics. So what is the top leading or at what trend we are till now in the e-commerce business. The next is administrator management. So you may have a team of work on your website. So there's only not one person working. There are a lot of people working together on the website, and for which means you should be able to give each team member a certain amount of administrative control. The people who are accessing that particular website should have some access control over that website. That is your login id, password, a user administrator, or it is a normal user, a normal login user. It is like that. So admin control is being given to each teamwork person below. Then the next is metadata control. So the meta here means information about the data. So the data which is there for the organization or the website, that information in detail can be called as metadata. So metadata control is ability to control your metadata is crucial when trying to get to your website to rank well for various relevant keywords in search engines. Yes, when you go in the competitive world, you require a certain information to be hidden for a particular stage, so that to check the ranking of the e-commerce websites or in the market for the ranking stages, and to keep those data crucial, we call it as metadata control. That is information about our data kept crucially is hidden somewhere important data in the competitive world. Next is crawler control. Now crawler control is a robots.txt file allows you to limit what content search engine crawlers to get access to. Yes, whenever you are accessing a website, robots.txt is one file, is a text file which allows you to keep a certain control over your website, so that person is not able to see your actual source code on which you have developed your website or the database which you are accessing. The next is sitemap. A sitemap.xml file tells search engines of all the pages on your website. The designing what you have done, the main page content is called as the sitemap, to ensure those pages get crawled. These pages are crawled by the people, that website is being seen by the people. So sitemap is one of that page. The next is tracking code addition and editing. So whether it's your Google Analytics code or Google Website Optimizer, you should have the ability to easily add or update tracking on your various pages. Yes, every day you see a gradation in the website. You have a different cart, you have different reviews, you have different functions, your graphic is being changed. So depending on the website, there is certain addition in the code, then the new code is being put into it. So addition and editing should be possible on the website. Then store management. Then each of your categories, subcategories, products should be easily editable through your e-commerce backend. Yes, whenever you are viewing a particular website, you see that you have clothes, and in that clothes you have men's, women's, and then children, all those categories. Then when you go in the accessories, you have different types of accessories. So these are categories, subcategories, and under which you have another categories of products. So arranging those products in categories also should be possible from their website. So that is one back end feature. Then order management, what person is ordering what. Now here, whether you have an integrated with a third party system or not, you should have a comprehensive understanding of status of sales on the website. Whether your shipping is being done by the company, everything is done, but the payment transaction which is being done is by a third party company which is offering you a resource. So with that also you should be properly collaborated to check the sales status of currently going on business. So this is one backend feature. Next is functioning of e-commerce. So when I draw a particular flow chart, this is what is the scenario which I can see. So the scenario is, when I start with the registration, so if I am a registered user, I will get a login. If I am not a user, you have to first go and register your user, that is user registration. Then if I am logging in, after logging in, what I can do is I can go into the shop. After going into the shop, I can view the items. If I am not in the shop, I can view my account status. If I do not want to do shopping, I have login. But if I do not want to shop, I am just using the account status, checking the account status. I can go in view account status. If view account status is yes, it will stop there. If I am not concerned with account status, my work is being done, I am logging out. If I'm shopping, I'm searching for items, then I'm adding it to the cart. Then after adding it to the cart, displaying the cart contents, how many items I have added. Once I have added in the items, change cart items. If I want to remove some items, I can. If not, I will go in the checkout session. Once I check out, I will go to view account status as well. If not, I can again go to login process once checkout is being done. So I am again re-entering the login process. So this is this functioning of e-commerce business. Next is types or categories of e-commerce or e-commerce models. So first one is B2B, that is business to business. When we talk about business to business, e-commerce is simply defined as e-commerce between companies. This is type of e-commerce that deals with relationship between and among businesses. So different companies altogether can be termed as business to business. About 80% of e-commerce is this type, and most expert predicts that B2B, that is business to business e-commerce, will continue to grow faster than the B2C segment. So yes, B2B, business to business, organization to organization, makes a faster growth, and it will keep on growing as according to the ratio. Next is B2C, that is business to consumer. Now business to consumer e-commerce or commerce between companies and consumers involve customers gathering, purchasing physical goods or information goods, electronic materials, and for information goods, receiving products over an electronic network. So this is being done over business to consumers, people and consumer business. So that is consumer purchasing goods over, they can be physical goods, that is tangible, such as books, consumer products. They can be information goods such as electronic material, digitized content such as software or ebooks. It can be information goods and receiving products over an electronic network. It can be over an electronic network, that is an internet. So this is called as B2C communication, that is B2C commerce, business to consumer. For example, B2C can be any website, that is amazon.com, Then any two nowadays telling websites, that is Flipkart, then you have Myntra.com, all such business to consumer business or commerce. Next is C2B, that is consumer to business. Now, consumer to business, when we hear, consumer to business transactions involve reverse auctions, which empower the consumer to drive transactions. A concrete example of when competing airlines gives us a traveler best travel and ticket offers in response to the traveler's post that she wants to fly New York to San Francisco. Yes, obviously. Now, when you talk about customer to business, it can be like it is giving you an offer to the customer as a consumer that yes, according to your needs I have a plan for you, and that is called as consumer to business. The business is working according to the consumer needs, not the consumer is working according to business needs. Means, suppose if I post a ad or an advertisement or a requirement that yes, I'm moving to so and so hotel, I want to travel so and so for so many days. So according to which my business or my organization will frame a traveler package for that customer to move on to certain places and make a travel kit and pass it on to the consumer. So this can be a example of consumer to business. Next is consumer to consumer. So consumer to consumer e-commerce or C2C is simply commerce between private individuals or consumers. So it is between two people or consumers of an organization. So this type of e-commerce is characterized by the growth of electronic marketplaces, online auctions, particularly in vertical industries where firms and business can bid for what they want from among multiple suppliers. So when we talk about third parties or vendors, so vendors are people who initiate their particular plans to the company. So likewise, if I have n number of vendors, there can be a supply chain of vendors also, and which can be considered as customer or consumer to consumer business as well. So when we say about consumer to consumer, an interactive session or online real time sessions of business can also happen here. Next is B2G, that is business to government. Business to government e-commerce is generally defined as commerce between companies and public sector. Now here when we talk about companies, it is normal organization, and government, when we talk, it's a public sector all over. It refers to use of internet for public procurement, licensing procedures and the government related operations. So government form fillings, payments, all such government public sector related information can be termed as business to government. Now next is government to business, that is G2B. The government offers varied options, solutions and services that can be benefit for business organization. This IT initiative taken by government encourages business organizations practice paperless transaction for smoother and faster business. Now government is also giving you certain solutions and services for business to take into higher position, and for that you have a common website, that is www.maharashtra.government.in. it is giving people an employment authority, as well as it is giving a smoother and faster business to people as experience, and they are following one initiative which is called as paperless transaction. Then you have G2C, that is government to consumer. The consumers need a way by which they could communicate with the government in a faster way. The common man of India needed an alternative to reduce the day-to-day hassles of communicating with various government bodies. The most successful effort that has been highly appreciated by a lot of people, that has been that of the Indian Railways. Yes, so certain consumers, now there was a problem priorly 20, 10, 15 years back, that people were not able to connect with the government authorities. They had to again and again go and meet the authorities to fulfill their work, and for that purpose now government has taken one initiative that for particular sector they have taken out an online website. so that through that website people can communicate with the government bodies. For example, Indian Railways now have www.indianrail.government.in, so through which you can book tickets, you can cancel the tickets, you can check the express status, that is your train status. You have different apps to check the train requirement status. So this is being done as an government to consumer. For the requirements of consumer, government is also working. The next is consumer to government, C2G. Simple example of this type of e-commerce is paying government utility bills, paying direct taxes online. Your all the taxes related to water, taxes related to your house, bill payments, all can be an example of consumer to government. For the facilities of consumer, consumer is paying to the government. Next is government to government, and any e-commerce transaction happening between two or more governments or within departments of government. So it can be two different countries for governing and they are doing business over an handshaking process, that can be termed as government to government. The last one is m-commerce, that is mobile commerce. M-commerce is the buying and selling of goods and services through wireless technology. Yes, nowadays we all have smartphones, so that is the best example of powerless, that is that is wireless technology. And when we talk about wireless technology, as a content delivery over wireless devices becomes the most fascinating thing about m-commerce is it is faster, more secure, easier, scalable, it can be used anywhere, and some believe that m-commerce will surpass wireline e-commerce as method of choice for digital commerce transaction. So ease, that is easy work, can be one benefit of m-commerce, so which is the last type of category of e-commerce model. The next is media convergence. So when we talk about media convergence, media is your online media, whatever you see on your televisions, your smartphones, the information which is being collected. So convergence is the concept of pulling together all the materials and resources at one place for easy and guide distribution. Yes, when we talk about convergence, convergence is pulling, that is keeping one particular thing or all the material at one particular place for resource allocation, as well as for taking out the resources from that particular place, and we can guide for that distribution as well for to other people. So when we talk about media convergence, there are certain types of convergence: multimedia conversion, cross media conversion, storage conversion, information conversion, access device conversion, transmedia storytelling. So first we'll go with multimedia convergence. It refers to convergence of text, sound, data, image, graphics, video into digital content. So when we talk about multimedia, what terms under multimedia is sound, text, data, images, graphics, video into digital content. Now they are all termed into one, that is digital content. Next is cross media convergence. It refers to entertainment industries such as entertainment, publication, and communication media. So under cross media, there are entertainment, publication, and communication media. Next is storage conversion. Digital libraries are easy access, an example of storage conversion. So all these content you need to store somewhere, and for that storage conversion is digital library is the example. Information conversion, it refers to the way of conversion of various types of information. The information may be related or not related, but the conversion will be in such a way that accessing client need not to have to go out for information required. Yes, obviously when a person is visiting a website, all the information related to that particular website should be on that website only. The person does not has to again log out and check whether what information is there about that website outside the website also. Then access device conversion, who is going to access that particular device. Even the modern telephone equipments without personal computer, keyboard, mouse, television or modem can be used to receive fax email in the television itself. Yes, the requirements of devices to complete the conversion process is being given in the access device conversion. The next is transmedia storytelling. Transmedia storytelling, have you all heard an example of a channel called as naptol.com and Star CJ Live? So these are the teleshopping companies which offer you a storytelling process on the television itself. They give you the contact number, they give you the details of the product, they show you the experimentation of the product, and then if you want you can buy that product on that particular number, but by just giving your contact details and your addresses and your payment details. So this is called as transmedia storytelling. Depending on the total experimentation and the branding of the product, people can buy that product. So this can be termed as media conversion only, but then still people have an social media attraction for this particular things. The next is anatomy of e-commerce applications. So when we talk about anatomy of e-commerce application, the first one is, so anatomy of application, e-commerce applications are multimedia content for e-commerce application, multimedia storage servers and e-commerce applications. In multimedia storage servers, you have client server architecture. Second one is internal process of multimedia servers, and third is video servers and e-commerce. The next is in main under, so these three were client server, internal processes of multimedia servers and video servers is under multimedia storage servers and e-commerce application. From this, the third one is information delivery and transport of e-commerce application, which is again divided into transport routers and consumer access devices. So when we talk about transport routers, it is telecommunication companies, example long distance telephone lines, local telephone lines, cable television companies, cable TV, coaxial, fiber optic and satellite lines. Then you have computer based online servers, internet, commercial online service providers. You have cable nets also. Wireless communications, that is Wi-Fi, radio networks, paging systems and cellular network, that is your mobile network. Under consumer access devices, you have computers with audio and video mobile computing. In that you come with personal and desktop and computing capabilities. Telephonic devices, that is video phone. Then you have consumer electronics, television plus set-top box, game systems, and personal digital assistant, that is pen based computing or voice driven computing, your normal mobile phones, that is PDA, wherever you want you can access it. So this is the end of your chapter 1. If you have any doubt regarding this chapter, you can ask on the group, and please fill the attendance which is being provided after the lecture. Thank you.